guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I am happy to have you here as always, and today I'm talking about kind of a fusion of makeup and skincare with this video. I know I alluded to the fact that I was going to be doing this on my Snapchat and Instagram stories weeks ago. If you follow those, you may have seen me show this little card here, this Josie Maran Best Skin of Your Life Argan Beauty Collection. This was a QVC Today special value a while back, and I was definitely sucked in during the presentation. I was kind of in a place where I was open to trying some new skincare things, and then the makeup elements that were also included in this kit kind of took me over the top, and I decided, yes, I need this in my life. Raise your hand if you've ever been sucked in during a QVC presentation. It doesn't hurt that Josie Maran is absolutely beautiful, has perfect looking skin, and you just like want to be using what she's using. I've been so tempted to get on here a few different times and shoot this video, but I really wanted to make sure I was getting very consistent results skincare wise with the things that I'm going to be talking about, because you don't want to like use a skincare product for a couple days and then get on and give your full review. You know, like I think it really needs some time, and I'm glad I gave it that time because I've sort of switched up the way I use it a little bit to where now I feel like I'm in an ideal place of using the skincare items in this kit. And it's been about like between 3 and 4 weeks that I've been using this now. Now I don't think that this entire kit as a whole is still available on QVC. I'm not 100% certain on that because I searched for it on the app and it was kind of doing weird things to me. So I will check on that. I'll put any links that I can find in the description box, because either way, I know that these products are available individually. But what I got as part of the kit is the Josie Maran Pure Argon Milk Intensive Hydrating Treatment. So that's something that I know has been around for a while, but I'd never tried it. Something that I have used on and off like years back is this Josie Maran 100% Pure Argan Oil. The product that her line was really built around. It's the organic moisturizing oil. Okay, so that's the skincare stuff. Then I think this was brand new when this TSV launched. It's the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Beauty Butter Ultra Hydrating Velvet Foundation. So I was very excited to try that. I noticed when they were displaying this on QVC, they were showing before and afters on people who had like discoloration on their skin like I had, like melasma type mask of pregnancy, and they showed one layer and then they showed another picture of like 2 layers. So basically just showing how this is a buildable foundation, and I was really like, ooh, I want to see what that does on my skin. And then the fourth part of the kit that I got is the Black Oil Mascara here. So I'm going to just talk about how each thing has worked for me, and I'm going to start with the skincare stuff. And this is skincare that I use at nighttime. You're going to see me in this video like putting it on as though I'm putting it on right at the start of my day here under my foundation. And I'm just doing that for the sake of showing you like how much of the product I use and how it blends in and goes on. But this is my nighttime skincare, these 2 products and these 2 products only. Reason being, I feel like they are kind of heavy, sort of, I don't know, luxuriously rich hydrating skincare products. And for daytime, you know, I guess I'll use some pretty moisturizing stuff, but I'll also make sure I've got the SPF and all that. This is non-SPF, just very, very intensive hydrating stuff right here. So the Argon Milk, what even is this stuff? I really wasn't that familiar with it. I'd never tried it until this order that I made. And it's got the little dropper design here, just like the regular argan oil has, but it literally does look like milk. It's creamy and it's kind of thin seeming, but yet when you start blending it on your skin, you can tell it's very moisturizing. They describe it as a 100% natural hydrating serum. Micro droplets of argan oil suspended in purified water absorb quickly for nourished, plumper looking skin. And it says it's free of chemical emulsifiers, suited for all skin types, especially sensitive. And they say to shake it well and massage 3 to 5 drops into face day and night after cleansing. I guess maybe I should give you a little skincare backstory here. Like, where was I at to where I felt like I wanted to overhaul my nighttime skincare? I have bounced around with a lot of different things actually at nighttime, and I think maybe the most recent thing that I talked about on my channel was even using some of that Sunday Riley stuff. I used the Good Genes, kind of like a serum type thing, and then I used the Juno oil on top of that, and I did feel like I was getting nice moisturization, but I felt like moisturization was about all I was getting out of that. Looking back, my skin wasn't doing then been what it's been doing now that I've been using the argan oil stuff. Like, I don't think I really noticed an improvement in the lines. It was kind of like, yeah, my skin feels hydrated when this stuff is on here, but is it having a real lasting, like almost internalized effect on my skin? I didn't really feel like it. So I was open to trying this stuff. So what I do with the milk at nighttime on clean skin is I use a pretty generous amount of this stuff, and I fill up the dropper and I get quite a bit on my forehead. I do like a big drop there, drops on my cheeks, nose, and chin, and I just get that all blended in all over. And it's kind of odd because yes, it looks like milk, but it's not as thin as a milky consistency, you know? I feel like it's definitely intensely hydrating, yet it sort of has that serum feel to it as well. And on the bottle here, on the milk, it says finish with 100% pure argan oil. So that's where this comes in. And the argan oil is, you know, a thin facial oil. I feel like it's a little thinner than some other ones I've used. It's definitely thinner than the Sunday Riley one, the Juno oil. It's thinner than, I think, Tarte's Maracuja oil. It's definitely thinner than that Farsali, like rose gold elixir, whatever it's called, oil. But don't let that fool you. This is a very rich oil. Like, it's very, very hydrating. And with this, it says nature's richest source of essential fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamin E, nourishes dry, sensitive, and normal skin. And it says in just 4 weeks, 100% pure argan oil is clinically proven to visibly improve the appearance of fine lines and coarse wrinkles and significantly improve skin smoothness and hydration. So that whole claim about in 4 weeks visibly improves the appearance of fine lines, I am seeing that, you guys. Like, I am noticing an improvement right here on the like sides, kind of like under part of my eye. You guys know the place I'm talking about, the place that like kind of squinches up when you smile and make facial expressions and stuff. I have actually noticed an improvement in that area. I feel like it's a lot smoother, and I've been using this for, like I said, between 3 and 4 weeks. Where I had to make a little adjustment, at first when I got this stuff, I slathered on this, and then I put what I felt like was a whole lot of this on, which is very uncharacteristic of me. Normally I use like not enough skincare at one time. And actually within the first several days of using it at night that way, I was noticing a few little breakouts in various places on my skin. Not like super deep, you know, cystic type breakouts, but just things that led me to believe maybe I went a little bit overboard with the oil and was having some clogged pore issues. So I decided to scale back on this part. So I'm using the milk, as you saw me put it on all over my face pretty generously. And then with this oil, I decided I would just kind of confine this to my problem areas, like put it on my forehead and then put a couple of small drops under my eyes and just sort of blend it in there in those parts. And I also get a little extra on my hands, by the way, and I'll take it down my neck and chest area too. But since I've been doing it that way, I have had no breakouts. I feel like my skin has been smoother and more even, which I don't know if that even comes back on these products or if that's something else. But I feel like my natural skin tone without makeup has been really good. I wake up in the morning, I feel like my skin looks better for having these products on. And like I said, it's primarily the milk, and then I use this just really working it into the areas under my eyes and kind of like above my brows, you know, places where I'm seeing other little wrinkles coming in. And it's just been working so well. And here's another thing I love about this. I am a breastfeeding mother right now. I really don't feel comfortable using skincare products that are just chock full of harsh anti-aging type things. Like, I just feel like I can't even go there. So knowing that this stuff is very gentle and very natural, I feel super good about using these. They say you can even like put argan oil on your baby, you know, to moisturize their body and their face. So it is truly very, very gentle stuff, but it is so moisturizing. So I do think you need to kind of strike a balance that works for you between these two things. But I like using them together, and I feel like I've actually seen results using them the way that I've been. The other big thing from this line is the whipped argan oil beauty butter, and I have it in the shade medium. This is probably the most hydrating foundation that I own, and you'll notice, like they say here, hydrates dry, combination, and normal skin. They're not really putting this out there that this would be a great thing for oily skin people, and I think there's a reason for that. This is a very rich, hydrating foundation, but let me tell you, it does not look thick on the skin. It is a straight up medium coverage, and that's the way they kind of sell it, but it is buildable. it's buildable, and it will not look thick as you add more on. Because again, it's got that hydration thing down. So if this were dry and then you started building and building, it would look makeup-y instantly. But because it's so hydrating, it can definitely build on itself. I feel like I see coverage that's very consistent with what I watched in the QVC presentation when they were showing like a person's face with one kind of base layer of this on and then built up a little more. Just how nicely it seems to blur away like bits of discoloration on your skin. I've tried applying this a lot of different ways. I've used a beauty blender. That works okay, but I think it takes away from some of the coverage. I've also used a big, like a rather full buffing brush like a Sigma F80, and for whatever reason I feel like maybe it's the amount of moisture in this foundation, it kind of like gunks up the bristles a little bit. I'm not sure what's up with that. So I've found that I like using a smaller but still dense brush like this Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush from Sephora. This is kind of my chosen one that I really like using with this. Or you could blend it in with your fingers too, but I don't know, I like using a brush with this. So I just dab this around on my skin, start buffing it in, and then when I'm done, I kind of give myself a look and I say, okay, where do I want just a little bit extra? Usually it's that area on the top of my cheeks. So I dab on a little more, blend that in, and I end up very pleased with the finished look, honestly. For it being medium coverage, it does a great job. I have used this without even moisturizing under it, by the way, and it was still enough, I think. Like I wasn't feeling dry as the day went on. But what I will usually do under this, like I'll put on my Kiehl's SPF 30 underneath it so I have that sun protection, and then just put this on top because again, I'm not using this stuff in the morning. For as hydrating as this is, the way I've been describing it, you guys are probably thinking like, oh my gosh, her skin probably feels sticky and tacky after getting it all on. Not really. That's the odd thing. Like it does feel kind of velvety soft, definitely hydrated. Like you know your skin has had a huge drink of moisture here, but it's not sticky. That being said, I do feel more comfortable giving it a light bit of setting powder all over. So like the way I finished my look after putting this on, I used Tarte Shape Tape today under my eyes, and then I set it all just lightly all over my face with the Peach Perfect matte powder from Too Faced, the loose powder. Little blush, little bronzer, little highlight, and that is the skin today. I'm very, very pleased with it. I think my dry skin people or normal skin people even who don't maybe need the fullest coverage, but a strong medium buildable coverage would be a good thing for you. You may want to check this out. Now compared to Tarte's Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation, that kind of reminds me of this. That feels a little bit thinner going on. Okay, this feels even more hydrating than that. Whereas the Tarte, even though it's hydrating, I think it could work for most any skin type. This one I wouldn't necessarily recommend to the oiliest people out there because again, a lot of hydration. Now the final part of this kit is the Black Oil Mascara. And again, I think this is something that's available on its own. When you hear about an oil mascara, you're probably thinking like, oh, is it runny? Is it inky or something? Honestly, the formula of this, just to look at it and like see it come out of the tube, it seems like any other just sort of creamy mascara formula. It's very average. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. The brush has like this little bumpy bump thing going on here. It's rather large. It's natural seeming bristles, not plasticky bristles. This mascara is just okay for me. I mean, it might be doing great things from a conditioning standpoint for my lashes because it does say it has 100% pure argan oil in it. It's 91% natural, has 24-hour wear, they say. It lengthens okay with 2 coats. Like I'll show you it going on here just for 1 coat first, and it's nothing special. You know, it doesn't really build up great on the lashes. Like it just is very natural, okay? That's what it is. And then I go back and I add 1 more coat and I can start to see more of a lengthened effect out of it. I don't feel like it's the greatest at holding the curl. It's not like they immediately droop, but by midday I'm looking at myself in the mirror thinking those lashes weren't up where they were when I curled them. And I find the brush a bit bunglesome. It's a little bit larger than I like to use to really be able to have the control to get into the innermost lashes and stuff. Also, it smudges like a bear on the lower lashes. Like, I mean, the day I wore this on my lower lash line, I looked like a raccoon. Like, it transferred so badly underneath. I don't have any transfer issues from my lashes here to my brow bone. I guess that's because they've lost some curl, so they're not coming in contact. But yeah, I will probably continue to, just for the sake of using this up, continue to use it on and off, but I will not put it ever again on the lower lashes because that was not pretty. And here's the thing, I remember during the presentation, Josie Maran was like, yeah, I just put this on and sleep in it. Like, I am so curious as to what she looks like when she wakes up in the morning. Not that it's that important, but like, is she smudged all over with this? Because just normal wear throughout a day, not even napping, I'm like black underneath here from the lower lashes. So guys, that is my take on the Best Skin of Your Life Argan Beauty Collection. Some really great things going on here. Again, I'm happy that I've found some natural skincare products that I can actually see results from that don't have like super harsh anti-aging ingredients in them that I'm scared of putting on my body due to the fact that I'm still breastfeeding. You know, I want to be really careful about that. So these two things for my nighttime skincare I think are great. My foundation, you guys know I rotate foundations a lot, so it's not like I'm using this every single day or consider this to be like an essential makeup hybrid skincare item that needs to be used along with these. I think you could take this or leave this depending on what your foundation preferences are. But I use it occasionally. I like it. I think it's the most hydrating foundation that I own, and I like that it truly is buildable but doesn't look more obvious on the skin even when you build it up. So thank you guys so much for your time, and thanks for your patience in letting me, you know, fully try this stuff out before I got the review out to you. I appreciate your kind words so much, by the way. My comments sections are like the happiest places ever. It's truly just amazing, and I thank you so much for that. So I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.